I'm watching and see where that line goes.
Gotcha.
Because I don't want to get into happy home.
Boom, baby. Ain't nothing like a fat boy jamming out. I'll tell you what. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls out there? It's the K&E hour again. We're going to get somewhere close to an hour. I'm E.
I'm K.
That's K. Hit that subscribe button. Show us you love us. And
hit the little bell next to it.
Hit that bell because we need them. You need those notifications. We want you out there. We want you watching. Come see us.
You want to know when we're on.
You want to know. Because you need an hour of good times to make up for that shitty day you had at work. That's just my phone saying we're live now. So
yep. Okay, apparently we're live.
We are live. So, but everybody gets a hard day at work, you know. You get home, you get with the kids and all this. You still got to keep it serious, you know. Good, you know. Let's get dinner done. Let's do this. Let's kick the feet off. Hey, look, it's 7 o'clock. I'm sitting the fuck down.
Right.
Get you a cold beer, smoke you a bowl, whatever you want to do. Go to the computer room, go to Manland, turn on the phone, set it up to the computer, or hit it on the TV, and let's get down and get funny and have some fun with K&E hour. How's
right.
that?
Oh yeah, I'm with you on the trials and tribulations of your day. Because like for me, every Wednesday night I have to babysit.
I should not be unattended. But
so
yeah,
I rest and relax until 7. So hopefully we can bring them some enjoyment at 7.
Yes. I might be 53, but I have to be looked at for a lot. Because I mean, I will set shit on fire. But on that note, I mean, seriously, come see us. And we want to hear topics, you know. Give us your thoughts about things going on today in the world, sports, politics, news, anything. And we'll give you our cut up, screwed up version of what we think you ought to do about it.
Unless it's stupid, then we'll tell you fuck off.
We will tell you to fuck off. That is like a...
All right.
What's up, girl? Shout out to KK out there.
Hey.
Good to see you out there, girl. Hope you... Hey, say hi, do this. If you got things you got to do, we understand. But to that new fella, I said howdy.
Oh, yeah.
But...
watch the show and then go do all your little.
You know, when you get a date, you start dating somebody, and you're brand new. Do you remember that time? I made Kyle sick. I made him sick to death.
To record Starcade.
Okay, that fucking mermaid show came out over and over and over again. It was on a DVD or a cassette tape that got played over and over and over. And it's like, hey, man. I actually do not remember Starcade 95. I don't. I do
well,
not
you
remember
should.
that
Apparently,
one.
you recorded it over The Little Mermaid.
What is Starcade?
All right, just leave.
What is was that a TV show back in the day? Kyle, you know me. We drink a lot.
Starcade. It was WCW, NWA
wrestling. Yeah.
95 was probably Ric Flair versus Lex Luger for the world title.
I do remember that.
Or 95 might have been Steamboat.
That's why you got to break the tab out of the back of the cassette, because that shit happened. Okay, I remember doing that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that went down. Yeah. See, I was into the wrestling way for it.
Right.
You know, back in the day. But anyways,
KK knows it's wrestling.
I slipped. Anyways, glad to see you out there, girl. Good shout out to KK up in Tennessee. So we know we're getting out there.
Shout out.
Shout out.
That was kind of meant to be a thumbs up, not a go away. I mean, it just kind of got off camera.
Yeah. We like our viewers. We love y'all. You know, we're not getting anywhere unless we make you happy. But anyways, I digress. I do happen to notice a lot. I'm the one that looks like a fucking crackhead here because I'm always jumping and moving around. It's because I smoke a lot and I drink a lot.
And he drinks a lot.
Especially on Wednesdays.
And mashes shit up. But
I told you that in confidence.
No, everybody knows it. All they have to do is watch the show. They know you mash shit up. So
this is how they know me.
Before I get into my rant and raving, I mean, what's on your mind?
Let me tell you something, man. How was your day today?
My day was fantastic till I heard the news that pissed me off. But
And we're going to get into that in a minute. But I did get a precursor today. When I get into my thing, I might take the whole show. So we're going to have a little fun first. I woke up this morning, and it was like, news said it was like 30-something degrees. I went to work and went down to 7, I think.
right,
I went to work wearing long handles and all that good shit. Big, thick jacket. I was out
KK
there.
says drink one for her.
Cheers, KK. She don't know about the moonshine. We'll tell you that on the next one. Yeah, you got to do a show or two before we start drinking this moonshine. But anyways, I digress.
You digress.
Digressing is one of my favorite hobbies. But anyways, I go to work and I'm freezing, man. Just to the balls. I'm getting out unloading trucks. I'm having to get off my forklift, go back there and put my hands by the exhaust, which is a very healthy thing to do. Nothing like just carbon monoxide poisoning to get you through the day.
Right.
But I'm over here trying to warm up my hands, do my gloves and all that. And I'm getting back on the forklift. I'm unloading trucks. And then I hit about 10 o'clock. Wasn't as bad. I was able to take off the gloves once in a while, this and that. About 11, 12 o'clock, it got a little chilly again, so I had to put my jacket back on, while I was outside.
Right.
But then it got fucking hot. It was like 74 fucking degrees. The weather is dropping the fucking temperatures like Powerball.
Right.
We're going to start you up at 7. We're going to come in with a 24. Then we're going to go back to 6. Then we're going to go 45. Then we're going to come down to a -2. And then we're going to hit 75. And usually I went to work prepared for a cold snap. I got off of work with heat exhaustion.
Right.
Because I had them long handles on.
He's late as usual, but he made it.
Who's that? Chooster Chithead.
Rooster. I'm blind and I can see that.
I mean, Chester Chithead Rooster. That's a new one, but do we know this character?
I bet you do.
Is this Tuna? Is this my boy Tuna? I hope that's you, buddy. Oh, I see late as usual, but I made it. That's Tuna. That's my boy right there. But anyways, glad you're here, buddy. Shout out to you.
All right, on with your story.
I just want you to know it's cold as balls out there this morning. And then I went to work with hypothermia. I got off of work with a heat stroke.
Right.
That's all I'm saying, basically.
Well, welcome to Texas.
I know, right? Fucking Powerball temperatures out there. But it was a good time. The weather was just fucking crazy. I did not like it. Oh, it's Paulie. All right, buddy.
What's up, Paul?
Shout out to Paul. Glad to see you, buddy. Did not recognize that nickname there. And I'll try not to call you that at work.
Chester the shithead rooster.
Chester Shithead Rooster.
Yeah.
I guess it's better just call yourself a shithead. But
Yeah, whatever works for you.
But anyways, well, he made the comment about being late as usual, but I made it. That's my boy Tuna. He's never on time. Not one time. Cheers back at you, mate. But yeah, I mean, the weather's been killing me. But then I go through the rest of my morning. Everything's good. I go to lunch. Guess where I went to lunch?
My guess, Chick-fil-A.
I went to Chick-fil-A.
I got it.
He's a smart motherfucker. Of course, I called him and said, hey, you going to lunch? I guess if you ain't, I'm going to Chick-fil-A. So I go to Chick-fil-A. I place my order, right? Get me the number 1.
Right.
Not with the lettuce, the regular with the pepper jack cheese. I got me some macaroni and cheese instead of fries, right? So I'm sitting over at the side, getting my drink, start slurping it down. And they bring me my bag and I check it. So in my bag is a knife.
Like a butcher knife?
Like a plastic fucking knife.
Okay. My bad.
Well, you don't eat mac and cheese with a knife.
Well, no, but the way you looked at me was like I threatened your wife or something. I mean, there's a plastic fucking knife. But go ahead.
I'd like to apologize for my behavior back then. So I get my knife and I'm looking at it and I'm like, pardon me. I appreciate the utensil, but can I get a fork? The guy grabs my knife. He's like, Yes, sir. Anything for the customers. And I appreciated that. I was like, all right, this is a good young man. So he walks over, he puts that thing right in that little round thing. They put the plastic silverware, comes back to me, feels around, and comes back to me, throws it in my bag. And I said, I appreciate that. I look in there to see if I got napkins. That somebody stole another knife in my bag. I was like, sir, I think we messed up. I need a fork. He's like, I just brought you one. This is a knife. You brought me 2 knives, and they do not work good on the mac and cheese.
But you could have put the 2 knives together and used them as chopsticks.
It ain't Chinese food. This is Chick-fil-A, motherfucker. You don't Chinese stick the fucking Chick-fil-A macaroni and cheese. I mean, that's just what I say.
That motherfucker on Chop, he uses.
Do I look like a fucking 9th level ninja cook, man? I mean, let me just get these. Let's just use these freaking screwdrivers here. I mean, just use knives and chopsticks. One time they didn't even give me silverware, and I got all the way to work, and I'm like, what am I going to do first? So I had to take my plastic lid and cut it out with my knife and make a little scoop, and I ate it.
Hey, I have actually ate my lunch with one of these little screwdrivers. That's all you had, so you just stick it down in and pull out a piece.
It was viney weenies.
No, I think this was a chili dog.
All right, see, that's all just scooped down in there. You get with that.
Yeah, you just take the side of the screwdriver and cut through the hot dog. Then you stab a piece of hot dog and take a bite. And then the bread gets all soggy from the chili, so you just kind of rip it away. And
in case you ain't picked up, we're a couple of ingenuity motherfuckers right here.
Hey, being hungry will make your ass think.
There is that.
But that's the worst thing they did at Chick-fil-A in this day and age. You're pretty damn good.
Well, I love me some Chick-fil-A. You know, they got good standards. They close on Sunday, and I believe in what they close on Sunday for. And I'm with them. I got that. How's your beer, by the way?
I could use one.
Really?
Are you going to grab us one?
Usually at this point, we fight and argue on who's going to get a beer. But Christmas was good this year to Kyle. Check this out. I'm going to lean over this way because I saw a while ago it did not look good when I went in for ta-da, cold beers under the table. We have stepped up in the world. This is going to cut our fighting down by 50%.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's how many times
what will we do to fill the other 30 minutes of the show? If we're not going to fight and argue.
Oh, yeah, you got a point there. Yeah. All right. So, that was my little spiel on the weather. Weather was shitty. It's Texas.
Right.
Welcome aboard. I spill on Chick-fil-A. I got other topics I'd like to talk about. If you guys got topics out there, let us know what you think, what you need an answer to in life, or topics or this and that. And we'll help you out in the best comedic, screwed up way possible. But Kyle, is there anything you'd like to hit on?
Yeah, actually I do, Ed.
Kyle has an issue.
No, Kyle doesn't have an issue. Kyle is just pissed.
Kyle is pissed. Let me just put that in there.
And y'all forgive me, I had to put on my old man reading glasses for this. But
shit's about to get real.
What y'all don't understand is the screen we're looking at is totally different than what y'all are seeing. What's that say at the top?
It says, was that there the whole time?
Yes, it was.
It says K&E discusses Derek Carr
being benched. Okay.
I'm usually like to think I'm a very astute feller. And astute means very noticeable, but I did not see that up there.
I'm going to have to light
big block letters.
Yeah. Right there. I'm going to light a cigarette.
Oh, it's gotten for real.
I'm going to get serious about this because I am serious about it.
We have pissed off the bad guy.
All right. So,
slam shit down here.
Thank you, Ed. I appreciate
We're about to get pissed.
I appreciate
we're going sports hour now.
Pissed off. Yeah, we're going sports for the entire next
spin a little bit.
45 minutes of this show. No, you bring in Josh McDumbass.
That's their coach, right?
Yeah,
that's their coach.
You bring in Josh McDumbass, every number on the Raiders team has dropped this year. Derek Carr, 90% passing rate has went to like a 72% passing rate. But we're going to blame all this. Everything's going to be blamed on Carr. We're going to be the scapegoat. What I really want to do, I want to go to Twitter and look at people's reactions there. And the very first one come from the Colin Cowherd show. I'm going to go ahead and run it down a little bit just in case YouTube says I can't use that video.
It's all set up over here. I didn't see any of this.
Yeah. So you're very astute. But just in case.
Called me out there.
In case YouTube decides we're not allowed to show it. Basically, all it's saying, it's giving you the numbers, comparing Derek Carr's numbers for the first 8 years he played in the NFL, which have all been for the Vegas or back then Oakland Raiders. And his numbers and comparing them to his numbers this year. And there's a significant drop under Josh McDaniels. You got to understand, he's played 9 years. He's had 6 different offensive play callers, 6 different coaches. And under every one of these coaches, he has thrived. They touch on in this, I don't want to just repeat word for word, but anybody that follows the Raiders knows the tribulations they went through last year. They lost their head coach. They lost their wide receiver to murder charges. They lost a defender to gun charges. And still come back, won 4 games in a row, made it to the playoffs.
Kyle might get pissed here, but you think it's time we stop recruiting people from South Central?
Yes.
Just have some hard hood rats over there.
Let's listen to what he has to say. And we'll get back and we'll discuss a little bit more. We'll scroll down and look at a few more of the Twitter responses. But all of them seem to say the same thing, fire McDaniels. If I can find one. We're going to.
So, yeah, we went sports show tonight. So, Kyle's very adamant. He's very pissed off about it.
Josh McDaniels, this is a terrible decision, and shame on him. Derek Carr is likely the best thing that's happened to Josh McDaniels as a head coach, and you have the audacity to bench maybe the best thing that's happened to you as a head coach. Let's talk about who Derek Carr is. Derek Carr has had 6 head coaches in his 9 years in the league. Dennis Allen, Tony Sperano, John Gruden, Del Rio, Bisaccia, and now McDaniels. Derek Carr has had MVP votes. Derek Carr is a 3-time Pro Bowler. Derek Carr, the last 4 seasons, averages a 68% completion percentage. Then you show up, Josh McDaniels, and it's down to 60%. See, Josh McDaniels without Derek Carr, we know, is bad. But Derek Carr without Josh McDaniels, we know, is good. If the job of the coach is to make the player better, then don't cause the player to be worse and then blame the player for getting worse and then bench the player. It's asinine. And worse than that, I hate when smaller coaches ruin greater players' legacies. I think about, I believe it was Ben McAdoo that benched Eli Manning. Eli Manning, maybe 254 consecutive starts.
The worst.
Eli was not that great at the time. I get it. I played against aging Eli. But there's something bigger at that moment in time than football. He has like 250 consecutive starts. Just let him start because the backup, Geno Smith, wasn't good either. Personal experience. LaShawn McCoy grows up in Pennsylvania, plays for Pitt, drafted to the Eagles. Eagles all-time rushing leader in like 6 years. And Chip Kelly has the audacity to trade him just for Chip to be gone 365 days later. Sometimes there are players that are more important than the coaches. And what Derek Carr has done for the Raiders is more important than what Josh McDaniels can do. Joy, you've talked about it ad nauseum. Derek Carr tolerated a head coach last year that was accused of and both caught being misogynistic, sexist, racist, anti-Semitic, and any other form of ist or ism or etic you can find. And Derek Carr weathered that storm. His former teammate and first-round pick was charged with literal murder, not figurative murder. He actually was charged with murder. Derek Carr weathered that storm and went to the playoffs. And less than a year later, you want to bench him? Somebody should bench McDaniels. Anyway, it's your show. I'm not.
All right. I mean, that was, let's go ahead and turn. Well, actually, I wanted to scroll down just a little bit and see some of the other maybe he knows what he's talking about. No, he doesn't know shit about what he's talking about. We know Josh McDaniels without Derek Carr is bad, but Derek Carr without Josh McDaniels we knew was good. Only ones thinking this was handled good were the normal Carr haters. Promise you around the NFL media, this is not a good look for McDonald's. Being McDaniels, of course, as I like to call him, McDumbass. But let's get back to full screen, get off of Twitter.
Well, you know my thoughts. I'm a Texans fan. I had to go through 6 years of O'Brien. Mm-hmm. And O'Brien was the most worthless coach I ever seen in the history of coaching. I mean, he brought in Ryan Mallett and could throw that. If you had thumbs on your feet, you could catch every pass he threw.
Right.
You know, he was just a worthless fucking coach, bringing in worthless fucking quarterbacks. But I mean,
that's right.
That's just O'Brien days. But anyways, going back, I mean, so what are we talking about? He's like just bench period, or
yeah, that's what's going to happen. Is he's benched for the last 2 games, and I've got so many opinions on that. First off, McDumbass says, we're just going to, we're not going to make the playoffs, which mathematically we still have a chance. But I do agree with McDumbass there. We're not going to make the playoffs. But,
aren't you still in the hunt, though?
We're in the hunt, but if 4 other teams win 2 different games and this team loses that game and this other team loses to this team and we win both our last games. So, we're in the hunt.
So you're saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance. But my biggest thing is it's fucking disrespectful is the biggest thing. No, we're not getting in the playoffs. It ain't going to happen. Derek Carr has never been benched in his 9 years in the NFL. The only games he has ever missed is when he was physically hurt and could not make them.
Yeah,
i.e. broken leg.
And the leg, yeah.
The broken finger, he came back in. They taped him up. He got back in the game.
Yeah, I remember they won that game.
But, yes.
Yeah.
But
that was under Del Rio.
Right. Not under
I like Del Rio.
Oh, I did too.
They were doing fabulous under Del Rio.
Right. We never should have got rid of him. We never should have got rid of Bisaccia. But like I said, that's my biggest thing. It's fucking disrespectful. Derek Carr, and so I know he's got his love, the people who love him out here, and you've got all your Derek Carr haters. Yeah. What I want to know is, to the Derek Carr haters, how many years have you watched the Raiders? Because after Jimmy Plunkett,
that's my boy.
Who have we had? Who are you going to bring in? Who's going to replace Derek Carr? We went damn near 2 decades of McFatasses. McGloin, not a bad quarterback, but not good enough to win games. No. I can list on and on and on. If you don't like Carr, you don't like Carr, fine. If McDaniels doesn't want Carr, that's fine too. But show me a replacement. Who's going to come in? Who's going to take his spot? And are we about to go on another 10-year search for a coach? And I said it twice already. I'm going to say it a third time. It is just fucking disrespectful to Derek Carr.
It is.
He has gave you 9 years.
I hear you get toned up there, but let's get this sandwich out of the parking lot. I'm with McJass, whatever the fuck his name is. McDumbass's ass for you. I will break an egg in his eye. That shit stings. Done it.
The Raider fans right now are acting like we've just been a Super Bowl winning team for the last 20 years.
I'll be honest with you, in my looks of it, and not just talking about Jimmy P, because that's my favorite quarterback of all times from the Raiders. Jimmy Plunkett was, I think, the greatest quarterback that ever fucking walked the earth.
Right.
You know this.
Oh, yeah.
But to be honest with you, when I think back to then, because that's back in the day when I was into the Raiders pretty good. Since Plunkett left, off the top of my head, I cannot even really remember a good quarterback that they had until Carr came along.
Right. Like I said, even if you're a Carr hater, tell what's the better option? Are we going to bring Jamarcus Russell back? I'm hearing they're bringing in Brady. Wouldn't surprise me one damn bit.
Yeah, I'm not a Brady fan at all.
No, but but for a minute, take the fandom, or in this case, the hatred, because I'm over here bitching at people who are Carr haters. So take the Brady hatred out for a second. What's he gonna do for the Raiders, other than bring the refs with him? But he doesn't even have the refs that much anymore.
Yeah. But I had a buddy back up in New Hampshire. I don't know if he's watching or not, but Big Jim, you know who you are. He hated Brady as much as I did, but he was a huge Tampa Bay Bucks fan.
Right.
He came over and he hated it. He hated it left and right. He's like, fucking this. I hate this guy. I can't stand him. I'm this close to trading in my jersey. I'll go somewhere else. I'll root for another team. But then at some point started getting them on. The wind started coming up. They got that level. They went to the playoffs. Like, how you like Brady? He's not that bad. He didn't hate him as much. Then they hit that Super Bowl. What do you think about Brady now? He's like, I mean, I ain't gonna buy his jersey, but he's all right. And it did him a solid.
All right, but how many wins does Tom Brady have this year?
Not that many. I don't know.
The answer is less than Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Now, their still playoff hopes are wide open and alive because they're in a shitty division.
Yeah.
But Brady ain't Brady that we knew of in the past. The refs ain't on his balls like they have been for the last 20 years. But I'm going to put all that aside. Let's say you bring in Brady. Let's say he goes back to form of Brady of 10 years ago. Let's say the refs are just hanging off his nuts and every call goes the Raiders' way, which, of course, we know that's not going to happen. What do you get? A year?
Yeah.
Maybe.
If
maybe you get 2 years out of him. And then Brady's gone.
Yeah.
And then where are the Raiders? We're right back where we was before. Let's go through another 10 or 12 years of trying to draft a quarterback, trying to find a quarterback, trying to get somebody to come to this team who's not going to come to the team, because we haven't even addressed yet. All right, Josh Jacobs, he's probably not coming back. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option. You see videos all over the internet. He's pissed as hell. I mean, 2 games from now, he's probably about to give, the Raiders a big fuck you and walk off, and then he'll be making $80 million somewhere. Devontae Adams, he wants to live in Vegas because it's close to his family. They don't fly and all that. But, it's just a short drive from Los Angeles. It ain't that far to San Francisco. Devontae has options that doesn't have McDumbass running the team.
All right, well, I've got a thought on this, and you're really not going to like it.
Give it to me. This
is my thoughts. If the Raiders are going to fuck around and make douchebag or Daniels McDumbass, whatever the hell his name is,
right?
I just would like to put out there a hearty laurel wreath for Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, maybe Derek Waller, maybe Waller too.
Darren.
I'm drinking. But I just wanted you to know that the welcome mat is always here in Texas.
Right.
The Texans would love to fucking have Derek Carr. I would fucking do. If Derek Carr should just say, fuck the Raiders, even though we've always heard that if he gets set down or benched or cut, that he's just going to retire a Raider. We've heard that talk. But I think if the way they're doing it, the bench him, they're talking shit. Daniel's got the press all out there talking about Carr this, Carr that, fuck McDaniels.
Yeah.
Derek Carr, come to the Texans. Come to Houston. Come to where we love you. McNair, that's the owner of the Texans and the fucking general manager and this and that.
Who is still very good friends with the Carr family.
That's right. Don't fuck up. Get that motherfucker a summer sausage plate. Send it to us. We'd love to have you. Stop by. Come on by. Because I think He should come to where his brother started.
And then he should finish it.
Proceed to get that Super Bowl. Bring his brother back as backup. I still love David Carr. David Carr is still an awesome fucking quarterback. If you're out there watching, baby, I still got your jersey. So, much love. But yeah, I get the hardships you're going through right now with what you're going through with your coach. But you got to look at it from my point of stance, like, man, there's a fucking chance that Derek Carr is about to be on the market. And I hope like hell McNair doesn't fuck up and not snatch him up. Well, and Devontae.
And the issue
and Darren Waller.
Well, you're not
Josh Jacobs, if you're over and you're tired of running the ball under silver and black, come to red, white, and blue, baby. Battle red. We are ready to take a Super Bowl. We got this. Yeah, I thought this was all going to be the Raiders show. It's the Texas show, too.
All right, well, you're not going to get Darren Waller. They've signed him to multi-million-dollar, multi-year contract. And he doesn't even have to play football. He can be injured for 11 games out of the season and make rap videos. So you're not getting Waller.
Just damn it.
As far as Derek goes, we don't know where Derek's going to end up. Nobody can even talk to him until after the season's over. Yeah, you got that whole tampering thing, which we know they do, but
yeah, but Derek Carr's got a lot of talent. He's got a lot of talent, and I could really, and like I just said, he has said many times if they ever cut him, he's just going to retire. Right? But if they cut him the wrong way, right, and he gets vindictive,
which is what they're doing.
Yeah, I could see him going somewhere else and shoving it down their throats.
Yeah. Now,
on that note, should you get us one?
Yeah.
Kyle's going to get a beer for us this time. Reach in there, Kyle. Oh, yeah. I made no gestures whatsoever while you was getting those beers. I just want to say that. This was the greatest investment ever. That fucking fridge under this fucking table. Just trying to give a little comedy relief because my boy Kyle's upset. I just like to point out I did not do my sponsorships. Natural Light. We still waiting on that check, baby. We're gonna need to. Somebody need to call us. We're this fucking close going to Michelob. Or Coors Light. Maker's Mark. We'd still like to see a bigger bottle from you. We let Kyle catch his breath a second. And the makers of Marlboro. On that note, go ahead. I can see you spewing. I can hear the little gruntle breaths. The little.
Well, where I was going to go with this was I was going to try to make your day.
My day will be made if I can get Carr.
Because while nobody's allowed to talk to him at this point.
Do you got some info?
I have some info.
Do you have some inside info?
I do not have inside info. Derek has not called me. I have not spoken to him. But I can tell you what the entire rest of the NFL universe is saying.
Lay it on me.
Indianapolis Colts.
Oh. The heart. I thought you was going to go Texas. You took it the wrong way. That was a bastard move, Kyle, to get me all set up like that.
Well, I had it all set up. I was going to do the breaking news. I even had the red bar to put across the bottom of the screen that says breaking news, and then you got all off on your rant about Marlboro and Maker's Mark and Natural. So it kind of broke the moment. So I had to come back at it again.
You could have still done all that. I was giving you a second to get your breath because I feel for you, buddy. But you're getting fucked.
Everybody's saying he's going to Indianapolis Colts. I mean, nothing's in stone.
Who are the Colts' quarterback right
now? They don't really have one. They had Matt Ryan.
Yeah. Matt Ryan, yeah. Matt Ryan's the one that fucked up the Atlanta Falcons Bowl.
Right.
Patriots.
But they've benched him now and went to, I don't know who. Hell, am I even talking about the right team? Just hired Jeff Saturday. Is that the Colts? That's the Colts.
I think so.
Yeah. hired Jeff Saturday his first week as a professional coach. The only time he ever coached a game in his life, he beat the Raiders. So
fucking bastard.
Tells you how great Josh McDaniels is. Got beat by a fucking high school coach.
Now, was McDaniels a quarterback?
I don't know. He's a fucking dumbass.
He is a dumbass.
He thinks he's the quarterback whisperer, but the motherfucker ain't done shit.
No, fucking McDaniels.
We gave away all the Denver Broncos picks to get Tim Tebow. So now that's where the Raiders are going to be. We have no first round picks in the upcoming draft because.
Well, that's a can of worms right there that's always pissed me off. The whole Tim Tebow thing.
Right.
If we're going to go sports, let's hit on this a little bit. Tim Tebow was a really great fucking quarterback for the Florida Gators. And he was phenomenal. He had running power. He had throw power. Mm-hmm. He had all the fucking cards to make a flush. He went to the NFL and he went to who the hell did he go to right off the way? Who drafted
the Broncos?
Him? He went to the Broncos. He ran in a touchdown and kneeled.
Yeah.
And said, "Thank God." That was it. And then he stood up. He walked off. There's been so many times other people have gotten touchdowns, and the world crucified him over that, ruined his whole damn career over that. Because church and state football can't say thank God, but you see them all the time. They'll be like,
exactly
spectacles, testicles, wallet, watch. Like, hey, thank God. And I've seen them do that. I've seen them get down and go like this. And then that was just the whole thing. That dude was a good freaking quarterback. And he just got ruined because he kneeled down one time.
Right.
I mean, to ruin his career over that and all the shit we've gone through since then, the whole kneeling.
Right.
What's his name? Cappersnatch.
Mm-hmm.
Cappersnatch's ordeal just started this whole Black Lives Matter thing. And I don't even think he had an issue with Black Lives Matter or his own race or whatever fucking mixed race he is. I think he was just lazy and just didn't feel like standing up. So somebody comes, did you stay kneel down because of this? And like, that sounds like a good thing to stir up a bunch of shit. Right. But where is Cappersnatch now? Cappersnatch is on some fucking beet farm with the white shroot out in fucking Pennsylvania somewhere. I know you don't get none of those references, and I get that. But he started so much shit over this kneeling stuff. We've gone left and right, black and white. Every race issue's been pulled out and all this because that son of a bitch didn't feel like standing during the national anthem. And that son of a bitch ain't smart enough to say, I had an issue. He didn't have a fucking issue. He just didn't stand. That's all there was to it. We've seen it 100 times where there's players on the field. National anthem comes up, everybody's standing for it. And there were several fucking players throughout the years that have always been kneeling or something like that, had a helmet off, and he had helmet off, and it's just been an issue. Well, these guys are, now Cappersnatch came up, and we caught a picture of that. Somebody lit into it because he's African. Or, I'm sorry, he's a mixed race individual. I apologize for my terminology. But that fucking thing right there just set the world on fire. That's the only thing that really gave you the BLM.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only reason they're out there as hard as they are, being as racist as they are sometimes. But yeah, Cappersnatch screwed up everything. Anyways, I digress. Tim Tebow was a damn good quarterback. You should have kept him in there and not fucking crucified him, ruined his damn career because he knelt down and said, praise God, one time when he made a touchdown. This is what happens when we go to sports. I'm pulling back. What's up?
I'm done.
All right. Fucking.
I'm through talking about, I'm through attempting to talk about Carr.
Tebow's not even that old, man. I think he can still come back and do a solid year.
He's getting paid to announce. He don't care.
Oh, is he announcing now?
Yeah.
All right, anyways, let's go. I want Derek Carr. If I can't get Derek Carr, I will take Minshew. Minshew, come to Texas, baby. We have no problem with your porn stash whatsoever. You come down here with that 1970 fucking dustbuster up there you got up there. Come on down here. Throw us some touchdowns. Look at Capper Snatch. Hate that guy. Because he was too lazy. He just, we're going to do that to everybody. Let me just sit down here and nail on my helmet and all that. Hundreds of players have done that the same day. Dozens the same day have done that. They weren't televised in our market, but I guarantee you, if somebody would scope their fields, you'd have seen a few dozen people throughout the different games that day. Several guys stood up, and several guys were like down with the helmet off. Like, it's a thing they always did, but he turned it into a fucking issue.
Right.
I'd put an egg in his bucket. I wish he was here. We got to get some laughs going, man. We got to do something because now I'm all riled up. I want Derek Carr. I want Devontae Adams to come to Texans. I hate what they're doing to him over at Kyle's team. And I think we'd appreciate it. I think we'd give him a good home.
Right. Well, I say we get off of sports. We had a good conversation about Kaepernick. So let's move on to the next.
Is that his name, Kaepernick?
Yeah.
Kaepernick? Kaepernick?
Kaepernick.
Cappersnatch.
Right. I just always called him Cappersnatch.
I learned that from him.
My biggest problem with him is, he has had, everybody wants to say he's blackballed from the NFL. He has had multiple opportunities to come in.
Oh, yeah.
But he wants to come in as a starter for starter money and all that. And everybody fails to mention he had already been demoted when he started all this shit.
Yeah.
He was the second string quarterback when he started all the kneeling.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden, they've blackballed him. Nobody wants him. Well, what about, just picking a name out of the air, McGloin?
Yeah.
Well, he can't get a job in the NFL anymore either. But is that racist?
What's up with McGloin?
He just didn't make it.
Oh.
I mean, Cappersnatch is just, it's the world we live in right now. Okay, you can't make it in the NFL. It can't possibly be because you're not talented.
Yeah.
It must be a racial issue. It must be, everybody's against me. It can't possibly be the fact that I just ain't good enough to be an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
I played NFL defensive end for 11 years, but you know what? I wasn't good enough to be a high school defensive end, much less college or NFL. But, was that everybody else's fault or was that my fault? That was my fault.
It's your fault.
So
okay. Well, we got off there.
We did.
I'm aggravated. Kyle's upset. We should go to a bar and just kick somebody right in the fucking ankle. That's a 3-day hurt. Fucking ankles. I did not know you was going to get a set off like this, guy. I'll be honest with you. Where's the ibuprofen?
Right. Ibuprofen up so we can go to the bar and whoop somebody's ass.
Yeah. That's kitty bar. We're going to whoop somebody's ass in the gym cafetorium. You remember those fucking things? Gym cafetorium?
I do.
We're going to try to get this back into some funny shit. Get us calmed down. But I agree with everything Kyle had to say about the whole big dumbass thing. And we'd love to have you there, Carr. Go Texas and Carr. Come on over to Devontae. But anyways. Somebody should say take moonshine. I feel like we need a shot of fucking moonshine.
Oh, hell no. Last thing I need, any damn moonshine.
That last shot is bad. We took that early shot in that show, and it was good. It was smooth, but it was hard at the same time. That second one, we went down there and threw me through that wall. Almost knocked over Loretta.
Yeah, Loretta.
That's our producer right there. Nobody has sent us a blow me up a lumby doll. We're still waiting on that, by the way. To stick it in that corner over there.
Anybody watch the last part of our last show can see how bad it hurt me. All right, you're on your own for a minute.
It was where the hell are you going?
The beers are too easy to drink now.
Anyways, Let's hear cheers if anybody's still out there. Kyle's control all the everybody talking and everything. Yeah, we went a different way there. I was not expecting any of that. It said Kyle off. I didn't see any of the big block writing he had across the top there because that's how much attention I paid to shit. And all the videos he had pulled over. He's got a lot of other shit over here by Twitter. He's very upset about this old Carr thing. If you're out there and you're watching sports and you do the text messaging or all the Twitters or whatever you got to do, just ban the Raiders. Send Derek Carr to the text. What's up, Kyle? You doing all right, buddy? He's pounded, man. I mean, I'm over here. I'm trying to talk you up, man. Things are going, things went weird. It got awkward. Kyle had an issue. Had I been prepared for the level of awkwardness this was going to bring out of Kyle, I would have had plenty of shit to say about it. But
you had plenty to say. You
take
covered
it. Rooster.
Very astute.
Very astute. I'm very astute.
All right, I think we've run out of shit to say. So
no, I got a lot of funny shit to say, but
well, take over. Go ahead.
But if we're at that point where you're getting about ready to call it night, we can do it. Now we also do another show that we used to do a couple of after this. So if y'all want to tune in on them, feel free. We'd like to see you on there, and we'd love to hear comments. We want to hear topics, stuff like that. Now we usually do a bunch of good laughs, but we had a moment tonight that upset my boy. we can't have that. But feel free to watch our other thing.
Right.
K&E, who did it better.
Right. We'll be recording one shortly after this one's over. And at the end of them, I'd love for them to give us some suggestions.
Yeah, we'd like to.
We can only think of so many songs that have been redone by other bands. So if you've got something, preferably, I mean, as far in left field as you want to go, we want to hear it. I'd like to do a song I'd never heard either one of them before.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
Get the truth on both of them.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a whole nother show.
But so I guess we're about to call it on this.
Well, I mean, now if you got something to cover, let's
we
cover.
Always got some funny shit to talk about.
We got plenty to cover.
By God, I mean.
Well, give me something.
I mean, hang on. We just had a moment. Just a moment of silence for Tim Tebow. We love you, buddy. Come to the Texans, do a tryout, backup quarterback, whatever it be. I'd take Tim Tebow.
Right.
But if he's making all that money announcing.
Yeah. That and the NFL players, they just kind of, they found his number and, he was never going to be a superstar NFL quarterback. He was going to be a serviceable NFL quarterback.
I don't know. They said the same thing about Doug Flutie. Doug Flutie was I like Doug Flutie. He was a scrambler. He could come out of the pocket. Right. He could fucking throw a ball anywhere. And once he got to that point where they just what do you call it when they labeled him? They labeled him.
Yeah.
Once they labeled him, nobody wanted to deal with him anymore. Anyways, I digress. Mm-hmm. But Kyle has taken me very much off guard here tonight over this when we did the sports thing and the upsetness over David Carr. I said David Carr.
That's all right. Derek's been in the league for 9 years, and the announcers still call him David. So
he's used to it. David Carr was my quarterback when he first came out of when he first got picked. That was him. He came to the Texans, but we had no O-line. We couldn't block for him.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen what David could have done had he got drafted to a team that had an offensive line.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, he left y'all. He went to Giants. He got him a ring.
Yeah.
But by then, I mean, how many times had he been sacked? Like 982?
You say he got a ring?
Yeah.
Where did he get a ring at?
The Giants.
Oh,
you are very astute.
He got it with the Giants?
Yeah, but he was the backup.
With the Giants fucking won the Super Bowl.
The helmet catch, Eli Manning. Everybody knows about the helmet catch.
The Eli Manning. He was a Colt then.
No, he wasn't. That was Peyton Manning was a Colt.
Oh, Eli Manning. Oh, I'm sorry. You say Peyton, all I think it was Peyton Manning. Or you say Manning, I think of Peyton.
Eli Manning, Colts, or now you got me saying
Giants, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Helmet catch.
Yeah.
You know.
But that was the 2000s.
Well, he was there.
That astuteness is wearing off. I'm just dumbfounded now. But anyways.
You know, the 2000s started 22 years ago, brother.
When did the Giants win that Super Bowl? Paul, Google it. When did the Giants win that Super Bowl?
Paul ain't watching no more.
He probably ain't. I don't even know where our view button is.
0 right there.
Gotcha. Thanks, Paul. Paul's fucking left. Well, on this note, I guess we ought to just call it a night, and we'll go to who did it better.
All right.
Oh, wait, how in the hell is it? He says he's Googling.
All right, well, we'll wait on you to Google it then. Hell, I may be wrong on all of it, but I do know David Carr has a ring.
Well, there's some bitch up here ain't telling us the truth all the time.
Well, he probably backed out when he started Googling.
It's Paul, man. Well, I'll go in the office and I'll start talking to him. He's our door guy. And there's a secretary next to him that does something else for the other guys in there, Kyle. But, well, I'll go in there and I'll shoot the shit because I'm hiding.
Right.
I'm just hiding out. And I'll be talking to them. And he's like Johnny on the spot. We'll be talking about saying, like, well, I Googled it. This is what happened. But
and you know, I want to tell you, that gets me on the whole subject right there.
You just kept our show alive.
Well, maybe not, because tomorrow he'll be telling you at work, I fucking hate that Kyle guy that talks with you. But, and don't take this wrong, you know, Paul or anybody else listening. I don't hate the person. I don't hate the people who do that. Yeah. I hate the world that we're in now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because I can be like in 1972, there was 6 inches of snow that year.
Yeah.
And somebody will get on their phone and go, no, the high that year was only 4 inches.
Yeah.
You know, you missed it by, well, okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was 6, you know. But that's the world we live in now. Yeah. Everything you say has to be Googled.
Yeah.
You know. I don't think that's right. Let me Google that.
Could you imagine if there was the internet and the phone technology there is today when we were kids? High school, junior high, whatever, even right after high school. I mean, we went a few years after high school before this whole thing started up.
Oh, yeah.
But everything is on internet now. I mean, it's TikTok this or it's that, or with Snapchat. Snapchat's people act like they can't do their day unless they're like, oh, hey, let me start up Snapchat. But in our day, we had to actually. It had to be 08. 2008 had to be it.
Let me put on my.
Because I think 2012, he's already back at Fresno.
87, 91, 08, and 12.
That'd be 08.
Well, since you're the producer of our show tonight, what year did
nice upgrade.
What year did David Carr go to the Giants?
David Carr. What year did he go to the Giants?
I mean, you come on, you watch our show, we'll put you to work.
We will put you to work. Because this bitch right here ain't doing her job. She's supposed to know all this shit. Kyle would just slam some shit down.
Knocking shit over up here.
But back in our day.
I'm glad we didn't have all that shit back in our day. You know, we actually went out. We found sticks.
Yeah.
You know, we found shit to play with. We found shit to do.
But we had the best stories.
Yes.
These guys today do not have stories like we do.
No, they got stories about that guy they watched on YouTube playing whatever game is hot right now. Mm-hmm. You know, we actually went out and made these games. We did them.
Yeah.
You know?
Like On it. Love you, Paulie. But like in our day, or look at today, you see people talking about they get on the Snapchat, TikTok, whatever the Twitters are, you know.
Right, all the Twitters.
And this is their only claim to fame. It's like, oh, I shaved off half my mustache today. And it's all over the fucking internet. In our day, we had the stories, man. It's like, I remember old Josh McBrain nowhere taking a fucking branded wood, and branded wood, we mean a piece of wood on fire, burning off fucking half his mustache. And that story went on for years. Well, I only did it because well, you know what? It was a fucking dare and you fucking did it. But we didn't have a video of that fucking ignorant ass doing that, you know. He can claim some fame on it, like, yeah, some shit went down, but there were some stories behind it. Let's tell all the stories and this and that. It's just good times back in the day.
But that's what made it better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because shit happened, and then I told it to you, and then you told it to your other buddy, and he told it to his other buddy.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't just put a video up there and say, this is it. It had to grow.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, by the time it ended up growing, the whole story had changed.
Yeah.
But, you know, he burned off half his face. He's in intensive care. So.
Something happened. We're all looking. Thanks across the street. But I'll tell you something today. That's something we had back in the day you won't see today. You're not going to see a bunch of boys walking down the road and pull up on somebody's house and just turn on their water fountain and start drinking out of their water hose.
Exactly, right.
You're not going to see that today because the homeowner today will be like, oh, hell no, I'm calling the cops. Back in our day, you seen a water hose hanging out by the fence. You could drink that motherfucker. That's what it was for. You remember that?
Yep.
I just heard a doorbell.
I know.
So
he was with the Giants 08 to 09, if Wikipedia is correct.
In 08.
I'll be right back.
Well, then I'm very happy that David Carr got him a Super Bowl ring.
Right.
I'm very happy. I did not know he played on the Giants. I knew he went to the Jets for a minute there, and I could be wrong on that because I do drink a lot. All right, somebody has pulled up to the house. Somebody walked up and rang the doorbell. Y'all can't tell, but we got a window right here, so we're checking shit out. And it's like 8 o'clock, and nobody comes to this house after 8. I'm the only one that comes over here. So all right, I don't see no police lights, so it's not for me. Now my attention is peaked. Let's see. All right, they pulled off. Yeah, Jets 11 and 12. Okay. Boy, you're going to have to come over here, Paul. You're going to have to start coming over here being our producer. Our editor-in-chief.
All right, anything can happen when you're on a live show.
Yeah. What was that?
That was a fella thinking we had a water leak.
Oh, yeah? You got water running down your driveway?
No, he was at the wrong address.
Oh, is he a street worker?
Well,
City
no.
worker?
He was, yeah, he's a city worker, not a street walker.
I said street worker. I said there was talking about this. I said, I didn't remember he played for the Giants, but I knew he played for the Jets at one time.
11 and 12. Yeah, like I said, he's the new. We got a new producer.
Yeah, you're coming over here from now on, Paul. We got a chair over here in the corner. You can beat this bitch up all day long. Just when that time could punch him right in the face. Oh, I don't punch real hard. That's Kyle's executive producer.
Right.
I digress.
So, anyway, so David got him a ring.
See, I didn't even know that. I'm very glad to see that, though. Even if he was a backup quarterback, I mean, I'm glad he was there, got him one, this and that. So he retired with a ring. I'm happy.
Right. And he's on every damn sportscast. On
Yeah.
ESPN, I mean, on all the podcasts, you name it. So he's setting fine for money. You ain't got to worry about him there.
Right. How you sitting over there, bud?
I could probably get close to needing one.
As much as we argue about who's getting the next beer, I'm gonna get this beer. Hey,
lean in like you did last time. There you go.
That's not nice. It's not nice at all. And everybody out there is being astute, and they're gonna hear things. The door is open.
Well, that is very astute of you.
Well, I hope I got these beers. You are at least shut the door.
Right, I've got up 3 times during this show, but I'll get up one more time.
Okay. You got up. I got up 3 times. All right, twice was on your own accord there. We like it to be manly.
Back in so y'all can see my ass.
Let me lick that thumb, get that handle. That won't happen no more.
But y'all understand my gaydar is on. Don't be looking at my ass. I'll know if you're looking at my ass. He says, hell yeah. Is that about looking at my ass?
Hell yeah, all right.
It's nice to feel appreciated, you know.
Which don't need to show mine.
Go on, put nah.
We ain't gonna put nobody through that.
Traumatization. Not about the ass. Well, you know, that's hurtful. I was feeling good about myself.
I mean, we work out, so we pick things up off the floor. I mean, you know, we do things.
Damn slow internet. Yeah,
you'll have that. You'll have that out in the country. He lives way out there. I think like 2 miles out. I don't know where he is.
All I know is I was feeling good about myself there for a second.
I'm glad you're feeling good about yourself. Like I was saying, I'm so glad we did not have the internet when we was doing it. When I was younger, we did some stupid shit. I remember we used to get a pickup truck and we'd go up. We called it romping, and that's where you hauled ass across a plowed field.
Right.
You know, I mean, like a fucking dolphin breaking the water, man. We was just skipping across there, and you just fucking jump out and just try to not break your fucking legs. I mean, we were out there with some shit. What was that?
Well, first off, I wish you wouldn't point out when I'm over here bringing up content. But since you decided to point it out, this was a Rams fan decided to run his mouth, and I'll let it right here. We'll go ahead and put us side by side.
Is there sound
Just
on
for
there?
fun, I'll flip it. Anyway, so apparently the Rams fan run his mouth 1 time too many.
The other guy not like it.
This looks like old high school.
How funny.
Beat his ass.
Man, that's a couple good knocks in the head there.
So yeah, that's the shit we do during the show.
And that's why I'm glad we lived back in our day, because we could have went back home and said, hey man, I whooped this boy's ass.
Oh
in
yeah.
Football game.
You know
Why's your head swole?
You ought to see him.
Security.
Yeah.
Security jumped in and somebody used a nightstick.
Yeah, my head swelled up, but you ought to see him.
But do you see the big black guy in front of them grinning like a possum eating
Right?
shit? Did you see that?
I did.
Gap teeth. I was just like, look at this.
We're not going to get all off back in football again, but I just want to show you this.
What is this?
Best wide receiver duos in the NFL. Number 1, Adams and Renfro. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are a badass combo.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, A.J. Brown, and Devonta Smith. I just wanted to point that out. I mean, we got Derek Carr. We got all the weapons you can need. But as Ed would say, I digress. We don't want to get back into the NFL again.
We're digressing. Did you have a good Christmas?
I had an excellent Christmas.
Awesome. Did you get everything from Santa?
You know, we should have started the show with this, but we hope all of y'all had a great Christmas.
Hope everybody had a good. Hope you got everything you wanted.
I got everything I wanted.
I got a lot of socks.
I got a refrigerator. That's what we're getting the beer
That's
out
why we
of
ain't
right
having to get
now.
up and down.
Right.
Because that's usually an argument. Well, you know, I get like he's holding this cat right here, like, oh, I got this baby here. I can't get up and do that.
Well, I do have the baby. Y'all can't see him, but
Once you put him up there, so he just all giving you a thing a name. His name is Runt. It's a cat.
The baby. He's the baby. He's pissed now because he was all comfortable and I fucked that up.
So you just don't know what all's going on on the show here. Cal's got pussy in his lap. I'm over here. His pussy's name is Runt.
I always got pussy in my lap.
Yeah, I did the finger gesture.
All right, dude, we're just rambling now. We're going to cut out of here.
We still got 2 more shows to do.
Right.
Do it better and just a critique on another song.
Or at least a who did it better.
Doing a who did it better.
Well, every time we critique one, it gets taken down. So I'm really starting to feel like we're wasting our time.
Yeah, we got to figure out that whole copyright thing. We're trying to work on that. Because we put up some shit and you go watch that video. It's like we're over here talking and the screen is black over here. Like, yeah, this has been taken down for copyright infringement.
Or the whole thing's just gone. We've recorded 28 videos and 4 of them are actually up.
Yeah, that shit will happen. But so we'll end this one, guys, because Kyle took us to a level we weren't ready for tonight. And it's having a hard time bringing the comedy back after hell upset my boys out. Are we gonna just start the music while I'm still talking?
Yep, we are.
That's just so wrong. Put in comments. How come Kyle don't jam out?
Because Kyle's working the music. We don't actually have a producer.
See we go, robot. Boom, baby.
You left me hanging.
I left you hanging, but I got right back in there as quick as I could.
Did you hear that? We damn near went into the happy